Pre-implantation genetic diagnosis is a technology that is used to determine the gender of the embryo before it's been transferred into the womb. It has many medical reasons, and prior to 2005 it was also used for people who wish to balance their families. Since 2005, however, the Australian Health Ethics Commission has outlawed the use of this technology in Australia.
My name's Sonia Jessup. I am an obstetrician and gynaecologist who works in the field of IVF and fertility. After having a number of children naturally, I am now 7 months pregnant with a baby conceived through the IVF process. If I had been given the choice in this IVF pregnancy of selecting the gender of the child, I probably would not have chosen to choose the gender. Perhaps if I had been given the option of a number of embryos, knowing that some were male and some were female, I may have elected to put back male embryos first, given that I have more girls than boys.
The Australian Health Ethics Committee have put a moratorium on gender selection because of three reasons. The first is that it abrogates the unconditional acceptance of the parent-child relationship. The second reason is they state it may be prejudicial against females. And thirdly, in fact, it may be prejudicial against males if there are less females born. The problem with specifically the last two is that the data prior to 2005 in Australia showed that more female gender embryos were chosen to be transferred than males. And this is data that is reflected around the world, also in the United States and Europe.
The majority of people that want sex selection do it because they already have a number of children of one sex and would like to have a baby of another sex. And from speaking to patients, they find it extremely traumatic on a day-to-day basis when people keep saying to them, "Oh, I bet you had a girl," or "I bet you had a boy."
And there are a number of cultures where having a male or a female as part of the family is extraordinarily important, and the lack of ability to do so can result in ostracising of that particular family. I think as a community, if we can avoid doing that and avoid ostracising, then that technology should be available.
Quite often, Asians, for example, request to have a male gender fetus so that they can carry the family name. And traditionally Asians thought that male babies can contribute more to society and can continue the family's wealth and the family's name, and therefore we tend to get more people requesting this.
在10年前会有传宗接代、家庭、亲友、社会的压力，但是在现在我觉得就不会，因为现在的社会比较开放，观念也跟着时代在改变，个人意识也比较强，所以可以自己决定我要什么样的生活方式和形态。所以我觉得现在是不会，但在传统方面我觉得会。在传统的观念里面，一个家庭是需要一个男生，一个男丁，就是作为传宗接代的责任。但是现在在21世纪，我觉得已经是一个很平等的社会，所以我觉得现在是不会有这种压力了。
I think most patients from an individual perspective would say that they think sex selection should be legalised, that people should have that option if they choose to go down that path. I think that the difficulties with sex selection come on a wider community level about if everyone was doing it, would it favour one gender or the other. But on an individual level, I think most people would find that it's something that they would like the ability to choose if they could.
我要选择，如果可以选择，我希望可以，因为我个人的成长的经验和面对社会不同的体验，所以呢，女生有女生她们的优势和弱点，男生也有他们成长的优势和弱点，所以我如果可以选择，我希望能够选择一个合适的性别，让他更好的面对未来，让他未来的生活更美更好。
Life is about opportunity. Reproductive opportunity is generally considered the most important individual thing that a person has. To have that opportunity limited by someone else just doesn't seem right. And the technology is not going to go away. Once the genie is out of the bottle, you can't stuff it back in. Gender selection is here. We know how to do it. Let's use it. Let's use it wisely and properly.